Hello, and welcome to the Spontaneous Brilliance podcast. I am so glad you're back with me. We've been talking lately about playing your role full out on the great stage of life, accepting your role, taking center stage, finding your bliss, doing what's yours to do, all of those things. And I've been thinking lately about, how an actor prepares for a role. How do they find how to play that role? And what an actor does is they get cast in the role and they start doing their diligent work on the text and character analysis. They do their research and they learn as much as they can from the text in order to inform their decisions about their behavior and their choices and what's true for the character and yada, 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 yada. And they go about doing that. But in life, we don't have text to analyze. We don't see a script, right? We don't get to research a script and we don't know how that story is going to go, so we can't make our decisions based on what we know is going to happen to this character. So where do we look to find our clues? Where do we do the research? Where's the text analysis happening? Where's the character analysis happening? One of the ways that we start looking for that text is we look to ancient texts. Right? We start looking to somebody who imparted wisdom, and we want to use that text to tell us how to behave as this character. So when we're not sure how to move forward, we look back and we see how somebody did it in the past. And the problem with that is that no matter how similar the question is that is being addressed with that ancient text, it cannot ever be the same question that we are trying to answer right now, because the lions and the fishes and the monkeys of the time we're living in are in a completely different forest from the lions and the fishes and the monkeys of the ancient text. And so I know that I'm mixing both of my metaphors, and you're on a stage and you're in a forest, but you just have to deal with that, okay? Because I'm a metaphorical girl. Just work with me here, okay? We look at ancient texts that someone wrote 10,000 years ago, or 2,000 years ago, or 100 years ago, or 10 years ago, and we assume that the instructions that they're writing or the wisdom that they're writing is appropriate for how to live our life right now, that it's going to help us live our life right now. And for those of you that are gamers, let me just say that one other metaphor I'm going to throw out there, that's like thinking that the way to play a game that came out today is to get the instruction booklet for Pong from 1972. And that seems really, really ridiculous when we think of it that way. But Pong has as much in common with a video game of today as life thousands of years ago in Mesopotamia had to do with life today in Paris or Boise, Idaho. So we want to look to those thought leaders. We want to have them interpret what we are to do, what we are to perceive in our circumstance, especially when we hit up against obstacles. So many of us, including me, we spend a lot of time reading ancient texts or reading and listening to somebody else interpret, right? The ancient texts of 1,000 years ago. And you know what they're all saying? They're all saying the answer is within you. At the end of the day, that's it. The answer is within you. When you are doing your text analysis on your character, the answer is within you. That's where you go to research and analyze your character. What is the wisdom that you feel? That feels so creepy to us to say, oh, I got to turn within and find the wisdom there, right? But you are the player. Your soul is the player, and you're researching the character, which is also you. And that research does not reside outside of you. You have to go within. You have to go within. The ancient texts are just inspiration. They're just reminders. But there's a reason why ancient texts all say the same thing. And there's a reason why There are so many people writing books and doing podcasts and stuff that are largely just reinterpreting and restating those ancient wisdoms because the game hasn't changed. We're not playing Pong. We're playing a very advanced game. And yeah, there are some similarities to Pong, but that's not going to help us. That instruction booklet is not going to be the answer. And so we want to default to somebody else's text, right? We don't want it to have to come from inside of us because we feel safe following the rules that somebody else wrote down. And then because somebody else wrote them down, right, we can know that somehow society has agreed on them. And so we're part of a group and the whole group believes in it. And so that makes our character feel even more safe. But that mistake of defaulting to someone else's text leaves us in a state of trying to be like somebody else. And any actor who sets out to research their character, one thing that no successful actor actually does is go watch somebody else play the role and then try to copy that. But in life, we do that a lot. When an actor sets out to do research on their character, they don't go ask the other actors what they think their character is like. That's a no-no. And it's a no-no in a rehearsal for one actor to tell another actor how to play their role. And it's a no-no for an actor to go watch somebody else play that role and then try to imitate them. None of those are authentic performances. An actor wants that role, wants that performance to come from within them, to be their creation. It never is helpful to go watch someone else play the role or to ask your other fellow actors what they think you should do. It's never, ever, 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 ever going to be the way to an authentic performance. Every actor has to turn within and find their answer, find their way of playing the role. Every human being has to turn within to find their answer. It's exactly the same. On the great stage of life, we're reluctant to play our role full out unless we've seen someone else do it first, right? No matter how many people you can find who've lived a similar life to yours, or done things that you love to do, you did not come here to redo what they did. They discovered their way of doing it. That's how they got to the thing that you admire. That's why you're watching them, right? They did it their way. They did it their way. Now, you might want to attain something similar, but you don't want to be a reproduction of them. You want to be the full, authentic production of you. They discovered their own way of doing it, and so will you. You've got to trust the text within. You have a treasure trove of information within you on the character that you are playing. You might think you came as a blank slate. You didn't. That's just a convenient excuse that lets us opt out of the responsibility of doing the work to discover our unique purpose. Right? We talked a lot about bliss and finding your bliss. You came here with likes and dislikes and propensities and tendencies. And when you recognize and you honor those things, that's the place to start. You have passions and dreams and likes and dislikes for a reason. The combination of them makes up the you that came here to be you. And sometimes those deep inner beautiful dreams and visions and values and likes and dislikes are buried in piles of judgments that we acquired from ourselves and our family and our society. But the good news is that we are connected in every moment to the original text of our journey on this planet. We have access within ourselves to the ultimate well from which our dreams and desires spring. We have unlimited access to our own personal text. So go inside for the answers, whatever you are deferring to. It's just there for inspiration. And I know it might sound wacky coming from a person who writes books and teaches and, does a podcast and all of these things. But don't defer to my text. This is my journey. You're here on your journey. And it is special, and it is wonderful, and it is unique, and it is brilliant. See what I did there? It is brilliant. And honoring your brilliance is what you came here to do. Any answers, someone wrote them down. They didn't get it from someone else. They had the original thought. Even the ancient texts were somebody's original thought. So in your life, let that someone be you. For this day, for this next step that you're taking, the answer to the wisdom that you seek is inside you. What if that's true? Stop looking in the next book or the next book or the next book, wherever. Spend that same energy looking within, asking yourself, what is my soul saying to me? What is my wisdom? What is my truth? Maybe think of it this way. Maybe stop searching so much for new things that resonate with you and start noticing what emanates from you. What is yours to be, do, and share? And share it. Share your wisdom. Because remember and never forget, right? We have no shortage of brilliance on this planet. We just have a reluctance to offer it and a resistance to accepting it. Offer your brilliance. Accept your brilliance. Defer to your own internal text. Find your own wisdom. And when you share your wisdom, it can be the inspiration for someone else. But it's just like, it's like a chain that links together. When you share yours, when you share your genius, it'll inspire someone else, that'll inspire someone else, and that'll inspire someone else. Not to copy you, but to be lifted up by you to their next level of expression. So keep expressing, keep sharing, share that unique creative genius. I know that you have beautiful things. So go within, find it, and then offer it. All right. Have a great, great, great rest of your week. And I'm going to look forward to talking to you again soon. Take care. The Spontaneous Brilliance podcast is brought to you by Miracle Communications Group. Our producer is Michelle Oneida. Sound engineer is Corey Michaels at Corey Michaels Productions. Music is composed by Rex Miller. And I'm your host, Sandra Kavanaugh. You can learn more about me and all things Spontaneous Brilliance at sandrakavanaugh.com or spontaneousbrilliance.com. And please join the conversation here at the Spontaneous Brilliance Podcast by emailing us at podcast@spontaneousbrilliance.com. And have a beautiful, glorious, blessing-filled day.